thank you guys. Okay. All right, we're just getting started here. So again, I want to thank you guys for joining us and staying connected while being socially distant. While we had originally planned to have this meeting as an open house, the new guidance around public meetings from the county board has moved us online. We know that online meetings have been a part of our community engagement toolbox for a little while now, but I understand that for many of you, including staff, they might be new. So we are all learning together, and I do want to say that we appreciate your time and patience and your flexibility as we all kind of learn together on this. So then I just want to cover a few things before we start. This is kind of the agenda that we'll go over here tonight. So this is a brief outline. Welcome and housekeeping is where we're at now. We'll do project location and background to make sure everyone understands what the project is. And then the project has sort of two phases, and we'll have different project team members talking about the first phase, which is the Shirlington Road Bridge maintenance, and then the second phase, which is the parallel pedestrian and bicycle bridge. Then we'll talk about next steps and how you can provide feedback for us. And then we'll do some question and answer towards the end. So we are taking questions, but we will be saving most of them towards the end. So on this next slide, the first thing to cover, this is just to sort of get you oriented towards the GoToWebinar platform. Up at the top of your bar, you can see sort of this over here. They'll have a little smiley face and then a little question box. And when you click that, it'll give you the opportunity to ask a presenter a question, and that'll populate. You can type that in whatever your question is there and hit enter, and that will submit it, and then we will receive it and be able to address as many questions as we can sort of in the end portion. So I just want to introduce next the project team. There is 4 of us on this call here today. I'm Erin Potter. I'm with the Communications and Public Engagement Department. We also have Richard Best, who's the project manager for this project. Zoran Dragacevic. Did I get that right, Zoran?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And he's the design engineer team supervisor. And then we have Ali. And I'm going to mess it up. Ali, could you give your pronunciation?
Farugi.
Farugi. Ali Farugi. Thanks. Sorry. He's the engineering program coordinator. And that is the team that we have working on the project today. So the first person who's going to kick it off, I'll hand it over to Richard Best.
This is Richard Best with DES Transportation. The Shirlington Road Bridge is located on Shirlington Road over the 4 Mile Run stream, and this is adjacent to the village of Shirlington and next to Green Valley. This is a vital connection from Arlington to Alexandria. The project background, this bridge is owned and maintained by Arlington County. This project will be broken down into 2 phases. First phase will be bridge maintenance to the existing bridge. The second phase, or phase 2, will be a new pedestrian and bicycle bridge just west of the existing bridge. The project goals for this project is really to prolong the life of the existing bridge by performing routine maintenance. Also to improve the condition of the bridge pavement by repairing the deck surface, and also to increase safety by upgrading the guardrail system to current standards. And as far as the improving access on phase 2 will be the new bridge connection between Green Valley and Shirlington for people walking and also rolling. Next slide.
This is Zoran Dragacevac. I am a design supervisor for DES Engineering Bureau, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the new pedestrian bridge that's going to be built just west of the existing vehicular bridge on Shirlington Road. Basically, this bridge will be 150 foot long, 15 foot wide. It's going to have trusses, and we built on the abutments, one which will be the existing Shirlington Road Bridge, and the north abutment will be built new abutment, as well as connection to the existing intersection of Shirlington Road and 27th Street. Basically, the new bridge will span and help us carry pedestrian and bicycle traffic instead of being on the Shirlington Road or vehicular bridge. Additionally, we're going to widen the existing trail along South Arlington Mill Drive, rebuild crossings across South Arlington Mill Drive, as well as Shirlington Road. There will be a new pedestrian actually, there will be new lights installed on each side of the bridge, north and south. There'll be twin Cobra heads on each side. The new bridge will be made of a truss that will be weather steel, and it'll be similar to the near bridge on just west of this bridge. That's all I had for now.
Yeah, I just want to say that the project team has worked really hard with this new pedestrian and bicycle connection to sort of make sure that it connects to the existing network of pedestrian infrastructure, both the trail sort of on both sides and the connections. They've worked really hard to sort of improve those. They're going to be working on widening that little center median a bit where the current rapid flash beacon crossing is, and a few of the other sort of amenities that Zoran highlighted and then that are highlighted here. So that's the new concept plan for the bridge. And yeah, we can go to the next guy here.
My name is Ali Foroughi. I am member of Engineering Bureau Bridge Program. And I'm going to talk about the maintenance of the existing bridge. As you know, every 2 years we do inspection on these bridges. And in the last inspection report, we were noticed that there was some deficiencies that were noted in the report, and we are planning to address these issues. So to maintain the existing bridge in good condition, we are planning to perform following maintenance work: repair the lamination, spalls, potholes on the deck, and epoxy overlay the deck. We are also planning to upgrade approach guardrails, transition, and end treatments to meet current standards. Then we're planning to repair the lamination and spalls on the substructure. And finally, we are planning to clean and spot paint areas of light surface rust on the superstructure. And hopefully by doing this also, we're planning to repair and replace some of the joint that you see currently on the deck that is in bad shape. We may repair and replace some of those joint also. If you all have any question, please let me know.
Sure. Do you want to talk about sort of the timeline for when folks might be expecting to see some of this bridge maintenance work?
Yes, we currently are in a negotiation with our contractors, hopefully to start the work in this coming between for example, from April through the end of the year to complete the work, between negotiation and start the work and complete the work.
Excellent. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. And then for phase 2?
Phase 2 is the new pedestrian and bicycle bridge. So the question is, why a new bridge? And really, the current standards on the existing bridge are substandard. So this will provide a wider and better connection across 4 Mile Run for peds and bikes. And as far as the environmental benefits, we have both environmental benefits and safety benefits. This will allow us to keep construction and the new bridge out of the stream. And on the safety side, we'll have a better separation between the auto vehicles on the old bridge and ped and bikes on the new bridge. The county has identified this project approximately 20 years ago and has been in the planning phase for about 10 years. This project was supported in 2 recent actions, one, the 4 Mile Run area plan, and second, the Jenny Dean Park plan. Next slide.
Well, the new pedestrian bridge will be built, as I said before, just west of the existing vehicular bridge, and will connect north and south bank of 4 Mile Run. It will be 15 foot wide, about 150 foot long, and we'll have it'll be a truss style bridge, as you can see it on the left hand side. There are 3 different styles, and then surface of the bridge, surface of the truss would be either weathering steel or painted steel. All these issues will be flushed out during the design of the bridge. As I said before, will be provided new lighting, surface of the bridge will be probably concrete, and there'll be some
Oh.
that's all I have for now, yes.
Okay, yeah, so thanks, Zoran. That's great. I just want to point out that this was sort of to also tell us that there's some opportunities and constraints with the pedestrian bridge, given the type of bridge that it's going to be, but there's some opportunity, and we are interested in getting feedback from you all about some of the options here, the opportunities of sort of the style of truss. So there's like the 3 different styles we've given here, as well as sort of the truss surface. So we'll be sharing an online feedback form. It'll be up on the project page after this event, and we'll also be, if you shared your email, we'll also be sending it out to all participants to make sure that we hear from you guys about what your thoughts are sort of on the truss style. And if you guys are looking at the truss surface photos and thinking that they look a little bit familiar, that top one with the weathering steel, that is sort of a new bridge that just went in, I think this season or the season before, with the 4 Mile Run Park Wetlands Bridge on the Alexandria side. And then if the painted steel bridge looks awfully familiar, it is because it is that bridge between Shirlington and sort of that parking lot and the Jenny Dean Park and the dog park area. So those are just 2 example pedestrian bridges sort of in the neighborhood. But thanks, Zoran, for highlighting all that. And so now we'll move on to, sort of next steps.
And as far as next steps, the online feedback will be open through April 14th. That's next month. Phase 1, this is the existing bridge maintenance. This will happen in calendar year 2020. Phase 2 is the new pedestrian bridge, and the design and engineering will happen this year, 2020 through 2021. The project procurement will happen in 2021. Construction will happen in 2022, and the project will be completed. The new bridge will be open in 2022. Thank you.
Awesome. So, all right. So now we'll move on to some sort of question and answer, and we'll see what you guys have questions for us up here. And then I know Richard said it before and I'd said it before, but we do want to hear your thoughts and feedback. So we will be sharing out that feedback form, and it will be online on the project page through April 14th. Thank you guys, and let's take some questions. Okay, thanks for listening to the presentation, and let's see, we've got a few questions that are starting to come, but just a reminder, you are able to add a question using the little blue question bar at the top and typing in your question and hitting because we want to make sure we all your questions answered that you do have or things that you're curious about. So let's see, that first question. So somebody's asked, why a second bridge structure? Why not just fix or improve the sidewalk on the existing bridge? One of you guys interested and able to take that one?
Yeah, I can answer that.
Sure, thanks.
The existing bridge is we have a limited to extend or widen that bridge because of environmental issue. Therefore, after looking at different options, we decided to go with this option to have a pedestrian separate from the existing bridge. And also the new bridge, the new pedestrian bridge, will provide a better approaches for the safety of pedestrian. And that was the reason we chose to go with this option. Also, we did not want to work in the river, because if we want to widen the existing bridge, we had to widen the piers, the abutments, which is substructure, and all those work will be happening in middle of the river, which we want to eliminate that. So we decided to go with the pedestrian again, to have one span bridge that most of the work would be outside of the waterway.
Excellent. Thank you. So then the next sort of question that we got is somebody's asking, how does this kind of fit in with the work that's happening with Ginny Dean Park?
Aaron, I'll take this question.
Sure.
DES has worked very closely with the Department of Parks and Recreation, so our design is incorporated with the new park design. So it's a fully integrated design with parks.
Great, thanks. So the next question I've got from someone's saying on the concept plan part A, can't tell or see really how the 4 Mile Run Trail connects to the crosswalks of Shirlington Road. So I think they just want clarification about some of the improvements at grade crossing. Let me see. I know the concept plan shows up really small. Let me see if I can. We'll have it up on the project or project page as well, but let me see if I can pull that back up to try and. Okay, yeah, so the concept plan I know is small. So I think the question was specifically about where it how the 4 Mile Run Trail connects to the crosswalks over Shirlington. So just with the improvements on the existing crosswalks. Somebody want to talk about sort of how we adjusted the approaches to make that connection a little bit better? the thought that went into that?
Yeah, I can take that one as well. Certainly on the west side of the bridge, the connection is, it's basically how it's designed. It's to keep people off the bridge, and with the sort of the new western connection, it will be longer and more of a separation. As far as the actual, there'll be a median as well, large enough for a bicyclist to be in between the travel lanes on Shirlington Road. So in there and a better connection, and also on the other side of a 4 Mile Run, there is a better connection there across Arlington Mill Drive.
Great, so that's helpful. And for the person that their screen is tiny, I know it's me on there, but we wanted to show the whole plan, so we will have the concept plan as a separate image up on the project page too, if you want to really dig into the details and follow up with us if we didn't get your question quite right. The next sort of question we have is, so somebody's asking why there are certain constraints on the pedestrian bridge, like why we would pick concrete, and I think a clarification on the lighting. We lose you guys, Ron or Ali?
On why we use, I'm sorry, I missed, why we use a concrete?
Yeah, why would we pick why are there constraints sort of on the pedestrian bridge? And my understanding is it's like a preset option from a...
Well, the reason we choose concrete for rideability of bicycles, and if we put timber, after a period of time, those timbers get loose and make a noise, and it make an uncomfortable noise. However, we decided to go with light concrete deck on that pedestrian bridge, but it's open, still is open. If we feel that the public wants the timber, we will work with them. But our option, we recommend to use a light concrete. And okay, on the lighting portion, can you, Zoran, talk about that part of lighting?
Well, the lighting will be cobra heads on the 3-foot poles, and it'll be thin cobras that will light the approaches on each side, as well as the intersection or crosswalks that will be partially lighting with this light.
Excellent. So the next question I sort of have from folks is, someone's asking what impact will bridge maintenance have on traffic flow? So sort of some question about what to expect going into that work.
We are planning, we always have a 2-lane traffic open. Maximum, we may close 1 lane during weekdays and rush hour. However, on weekends, we may have to, on night, couple of nights, we may have to close 2 lane of traffic because we need to do some painting under it. So in all cases, the traffic would flow through that area. And I think that's it.
Okay, great. Thank you. I think that helps. And yeah, if you guys do have more questions, be sure to add them. I'm sort of getting to the end of the list here. So we got another question that has, how does this interface with the VDOT Shirlington Interchange Improvement Study if implemented?
And certainly, VDOT has recently completed the interchange study, and this project would fit into that. So the project really addresses more further right south of this.
Perfect. Okay. We already covered maintenance from folks. Were there other questions, folks who are listening? If you're listening, no more burning questions, you guys? You've got them all answered? Well, okay. I'm going to start sort of reminding folks about sort of next steps. But if you do have a question while I'm doing this, please feel free to go ahead and add it. So yeah, so what happens from here is that we're going to be collecting feedback, sort of overall comments on the project, and then about those sort of elements of the bridge that are that we're looking to put on, and then, like I said, overall comments on the project, and that'll be open through April 14th. That'll go up on the project page tomorrow, along with this recording, the concept plan as a sort of standalone PDF. So if you want it much larger than it appears on our screens or in our Slack, that will be there for you. And yeah, if you have any questions, there's contact information on the project page. To find the project page, you can, it says it across the bottom, you visit arlingtonva.us and search for Shirlington Road Bridge Maintenance Project. And that'll bring up the project page, and there will be a little info box right at the top. It'll be up tomorrow. The reason it will be there tomorrow is because the webinar software takes a little bit of time for the recording to be available. So we just want to make sure to put all of that information up for you to share with your friends and your neighbors. And we definitely hope you help us get the word out and help us get some really good feedback on the project. Check the question tab once more, but there's nobody else in there. I'm going to say thank you guys, and I want to say thank you to the project team for putting all the work into this, and we will see you next time. And thank you guys for your time, and hope you have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you. I'll be safe.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you all.